children don't have the ability to think critically until they hit 25. And for us, some of us were married at 25.
And that's when the brain is fully developed.
So our parents, you are the critical thinkers to guide them. So it will get unpleasant.
Hi Lynne, welcome to Dr. M at Coffee Time. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Please introduce yourself to our viewers.
My name is Lynne. I fancy a bit of blogging. I like writing. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. And I've known Dr. M and listened to her advice for many years now.
Lynne, I just want to chat about the concerns that parents have and the social media. And children, there are addiction on social media. I mean, children are addicted. Some are addicted to social media and the challenges are there. But I'm not going to talk about social media addiction today. I just want to know, in general, you have teenagers and one is in varsity. How do you and your husband and your social community manage? How do they manage social media and teenagers?
Okay. So I know your viewers are not going to like this because it seems stringent and strict, but there has to be rules. There has to be rules. So in our home, we have a rule that devices are not brought into the lounge. They are left on the counter, and if you need to interact with someone or you need to take a call, you leave the lounge and you go. We have rules that your phones are handed in. We have rules that when we're on holiday, it's a tech-free holiday. Sometimes I break the rules because I want to take pictures, but generally speaking, it's a tech-free environment. So create those zones in your home. Create those zones where we have a tech-free environment, where we're handing in phones. I even go to the extent of checking phones. Checking the browsers. I know that that's not going to sound popular with your viewers. You're going to say, my child needs privacy.
And with the teenagers.
Yes, my child needs privacy. But you're literally placing that device in your child's hands. You're placing the world at their fingertips. And one of the key things that I think couples, parents need to be aware of is you need to emulate the behavior that you want your child to follow. They're not going to listen to a rule if you are sitting in front of a TV and you're also on your phone. And if you say to them, but you're watching TV while you're on your phone, you have to set that example for them to then follow suit. It's become a real problem with teens where they're becoming victims of sextortion. There's a lot of material out there that I would advise parents to go and have a look at. There's a lady by the name of Anna Collard that she's very passionate about, your schooling life being a zone where there's no phones. Emma Sadler is also a very well-known attorney within South Africa, and she's an expert on social media and social media law, and I advise your viewers to check out some of their videos on YouTube, just to get a little bit of an in-depth understanding from experts in that field.
Because I know that parents sometimes feel very guilty when they put those rules in place and they discipline them, and there's tantrums and they don't want to talk for days to mom, and there's disobedience. And the decision that is important is that moms and dads always need to understand is what is in the best interest of my child in the future, not now. The child might feel in my best interest I need to have access to 1, 2, and 3. Where will my child be in the future if I allow 1, 2, 3? Would she get into university? Would she have good grades for university? And that is how you base your rules and your guidelines on. The most important thing is that children don't want a friend, they have friends. And yes, it's nice for a mommy to be a friend, but they want discipline. Children want discipline so that it can help them to develop and grow into their full potential. And you need to help them with that. And find that balance to be a mom that's open to communication. You can come to me and talk about anything, but also mom and dad that's going to say, yeah, I have to put my foot down. It's in the best interest of your future. You may not see it now, but you will see it in the future. And lots of young people that I see now in my sessions will always say, oh, my mom was terrible, Marilyn. She was it was a rule after rule after rule. But I've accomplished so much, and I'm just so concerned. I'm sort of becoming like her, so I just need to find that balance as well. But yes, I think that is it.
And Dr. M, just to also highlight that, children, and this is science, I've said this to my daughter, this is science, this is biology. If you want to have a conversation about this, take it up with the scientists. Children don't have the ability to think critically until they hit 25. And for us, some of us were married at 25.
And that's when the brain is fully developed.
So in the place of that, our parents, you are the critical thinkers at that point to guide them. So it will get unpleasant. There will be, sour faces coming down the stairs because you've implemented rules, you've taken away a device. There will be all of that. But at the end of the day, like you've said, how is this going to affect my child's future? Because what you put on social media is going to stay there forever. It's as good as standing on the street corner and yelling out your personal details to the entire world. Do you want what you place on social media to be found by an employer, a prospective employer 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line? Do you want a prospective in-law to see the pictures and posts that you've posted on social media when it's time to get married? Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm also concerned sometimes when young girls would say, this is where we are at today. We're at the Mall of Africa. Criminals see that and they see who's at the Mall of Africa. Some children would say, oh, I'm in Wynberg, Cape Town, and then you see number 82 or something about the address.
Yes.
And they watch you consistently and compile information that you as a young girl get. Now, I know that we are now trying to protect the little girls, but you were speaking about the boys as well. Talk about the boys. It's not just little girls that we have to protect.
So it has become common these days for cyber criminals to impersonate young ladies, get a hold of a young man, pretend to be in a relationship, ask for explicit photos, and once those photos are sent, they are then being extorted or sextorted into paying over money to the cyber criminal to ensure that those pictures never get out into the world. So there is no distinction amongst the genders when it comes to cybercrime and cyber criminals. Whether you're male or female, you are a target.
Okay. I just want to close by saying discipline should not be seen as punishment to children, because then that creates anger. If they feel that the offense is not equivalent to the discipline or the punishment, they build anger. I would suggest that it's sometimes negotiated. So, for example, if the child comes late from school every day and you're concerned, that you will say, if you come home at this time, what do you think we should do? Let her come up with it and negotiate, and he says, no, television is not going to be one day that we're going to take it from you, it's going to be 2 days. Because once they buy into the discipline, the growth is easy because they're accepting it. Nice. But they become resentful, they become angry teenagers because the punishment is too severe for the offense. All right. Thank you so much, Lynne,
for
joining
me.
Yes, thanks a lot. Thank you, viewers.